Hello and welcome to Access Paranormal. My name's Jamie Williams. Joining me in the studio tonight is my co-host Jonathan Sullivan.
Hello, Jamie.
And our good friend Lee Arnold.
Hello, Jamie.
Hello. Welcome to the show again. Well, we've got to start tonight's show with a little bit of sadness, really, because it's our very, very last show on Access Northwest Radio.
That's right.
Yes.
And it's not because we don't want to be on it, it's because it's closing down. The actual show, the radio show's closing down. So as from this Wednesday coming up, the end of Access Northwest Radio. But what I've got to say is we've got to say a big, massive thank you to Jason Pennington, who has been absolutely phenomenal with the station itself. And, you know, although that's not going to be here anymore, at least we've got, you know, we're still friends with Jason, so that's great.
Yeah.
You know, he's a lifelong friend, and he's done a fantastic job with the station.
Yeah.
He did.
Just sadly, it's the end of it.
Yeah.
So Jason Pennington and all the presenters who are on Access Northwest Radio, we'd like to say thank you to as well, because if it wasn't for you, the station wouldn't be there, or it wouldn't have got to where it was today. Sadly, for personal reasons, the station's closing down. So we wish Jason all the best, and also to all the presenters on the radio station, all the best too. It's a sad time, very, very sad time. But Access Paranormal Radio is continuing. We're not going anywhere. We will still be around, because not just are we on Access Northwest Radio, we're also on L35 Radio with Neil. So at least, you know, we'll be up there. There'll be different times now, because obviously with Access Northwest, you know, the chat. We've spoken to L35 and they've announced that they will continue, but the chimes are going to change. But they will be announced when it happens.
Yeah.
So it's good. I mean, you met Jason, didn't you, Lee?
Yeah, I did,
and he's
Lovely
been brilliant.
guy.
Yeah. And you've spoken to Jason as well, because we've both been on like Frank Carlisle's show.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
We've been on was it called the Bitches of Eastwick or something? The Bitches of whatever it was called. I mean, we've been on there, so we've met them all. And absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah,
all the presenters were outstanding. Every single one of them on the show.
Yeah.
So we wish them luck, and also we certainly wish Jason Pennington luck.
Yeah,
definitely.
And good luck in what you're doing, Jason, and we'll be in touch soon anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the show, and I've got to ask Lee, have you been watching anything on YouTube?
Didn't you ask me that?
Hold on a minute. How can I just ask you? I've just started the show. Are you not listening to the show?
Didn't you ask me that last week?
No. Didn't he ask you that next week?
How can I ask you that next? How can I ask him next week? Are you two trying to confuse me
He
or
asked
what?
you next week.
Yeah, it must have been last night.
Yeah, because
Hold on
it
a
was
minute.
last night.
Yeah.
It's not our fault that you record
Oh yeah.
back to front.
Did you see how confused I looked? I was like, what are you two on about? Have you planned this for me?
No. What do we do there?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to stop the confusion for everybody else out there as well. We record, as you already know, everybody. We pre-record the show. We recorded next week's last night.
Yeah.
And we recorded
this week's
tonight. Forget it.
As if you're not confused enough.
So,
anyway,
I guess you haven't watched any. All I asked was, have you watched anything on YouTube?
I certainly have.
Have you?
Yes.
Am I glad I'm sitting down?
hey, guess what?
What?
So bad.
Oh, let's start the show again. This has got to be a first when all three of us have watched something on YouTube. Yeah, should we give him the secret then? We all watched it at the same time.
I know we did.
No, it was Mindseed TV, wasn't it? Because just to put you in the picture, there's a paranormal group in tonight. It's called they're called Dragonfly Paranormal. Stephen Holmes and his team. They're here at Mill Street Barracks doing an investigation.
Yeah.
We've been sitting around because we can't record when they're in the building. It disturbs their investigation, so we've let them do that. Yeah. So and it was nice of them to say, yeah, you just carry on and that. So if you hear noises in the background, it's Dragonfly Paranormal. Yeah. And while they were doing their investigation, we threw on a Mindseed TV.
Yeah, we did.
And we watched the one where they went up into. It was like a
cabin in the woods.
A cabin in the woods kind of thing, wasn't it? A witch's place.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen it, watch it, because the screams, what they heard was just really creepy.
It's like a banshee, wasn't it?
It was. It was like a. You said that, didn't you?
Yeah, I
Lee?
did. Yeah. Like blood curdling.
Yeah, it was good though.
Yeah.
Really good. And they found like some kind of weird
yeah.
thing, a ritual outside. I don't want to go into detail.
Yeah, you spoiled
Yeah,
it.
we won't go into. Yeah, that's not. And they found weird things in the jars and things hanging up and everything else. But once they heard that creepy kind of sound, they decided to get out of there, didn't they? And they ran. I think it's about. If you're watching it, I think it's about 20 minutes long, but it's well worth watching.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Put it this way, they stayed there longer than me. I wouldn't have even gone in that building.
I think they left on the 4th or 5th scream.
Yeah.
And then the scream was following them when they were running.
Yeah, it was right behind them, wasn't it? Personally, I'd have left on the first scream.
And I know you would.
Yeah, in fact, probably left before the scream, to be honest with you. If I went into a building and you seen like really weird stuff in them jars and like witchcraft things hanging from the ceiling, you wouldn't hang around, would you? You'd go.
No.
I'm gone.
But it was good, and then because like I nearly said Access Paranormal, Dragonfly Paranormal were like just outside the door there.
Yeah,
we watched another one, didn't we? With respect and that, and it was another Mindseed TV one. We got halfway through that one, didn't he? Where they were in that house, and as he entered the building, that chair went.
Yeah, that was weird.
And they hadn't even got into the building, did they? So there was that, and then upstairs, the door.
Yeah, it was
one of you two were snoring, so not one of you was watching it.
I know. I seen the door. They closed. They had the door
closed.
Door,
yeah, because the door was closed.
And then when they went back up, it was open.
Yeah. Well, we didn't get to see the end of that, but I mean, I've seen the end of it. And,
you would.
Yeah, well, I would, because I do watch the TV before the show. You know, I do my little bit of it
anyway, Lee.
Research.
What time was we here today?
Hey,
I don't know. You know.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Are you getting back to the show, like, or what?
Oh, staff's arrived.
Yeah. To be honest with you, Lee, I was here late because I went to my mum's memorial. So don't you give me stick, pal. Yeah. And it was a fantastic send off for my mum. I've got to say, it was superb. Yeah. And you know, while we're on about my mum, did you know it was my mum what got me into the paranormal?
Wow.
In a way. Because she used to. My mum was into all these ghosty stuff as well. You know, she never went on any invest or not like that.
No.
My dad was quite a believer as well, but he used to say, "Oh, there's nothing in the house and all this lot." You know, I mean, when you're young, they tell you anything, to keep you happy.
Yeah.
And Mum used to have this photograph, and at the time, I used to go, "Wow!" and all that. All it was is somebody taking a photo. Now we didn't have digital cameras then.
Yeah.
Somebody took the photograph, and obviously an insect must have climbed onto the screen on the lens of the camera.
Right.
But it looked really weird.
Yeah.
Now when you're kids, you go, "Wow, whoa," and all this lot.
Yeah.
But later on, when you look at it again, you go, "It's a bloody fly, isn't it?" You know. So it was things like that, and the time I saw my mum's mum in the bedroom and that.
Yeah.
It all started me getting interested in the paranormal. So, in a way, it was me mum that pushed me into this side of it. And she used to say, "Oh, go along, go and enjoy yourself, go and watch. Oh, have you seen this scary film on the TV, Jim?" "Mum, I'm 3." No, that's what she was like.
70 years ago, wasn't
it?
It? About 70 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm just saying, because just to keep you happy. At least I'm the one who's. At least I can stay awake right through this show, not like certain people in this room who snore. And then you go, "Have you just been?" Do you know what? We were watching Mindseed TV, like we said, Dragonfly outside, and we're watching this like Mindseed, and we've got the headphones on as well, because we're in the studio, so we put it on upon the monitor and everything, and we've got the headphones on so we can have the sound, so we're not disturbing them. And I looked up. And I could hear this like that. I thought, which one was it? I looked at Jonathan. His eyes were closed. I looked at Lee. His eyes were closed. But I managed to wake them both up by talking into the microphone. And I thought to myself, seriously, these two call themselves not presenters, but co-hosts and a so-called friend. But yeah,
Ooh.
I mean, they were good, weren't they? The Man City TV stuff.
They were, yeah.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable.
Yeah.
What I can remember.
Yeah. Now, in a minute, we have got, or in a few seconds, we have got an interview with
Jamie Leicester.
Jamie Leicester of Haunted Adventures.
Yeah.
And lovely fella. He's been on before. He was on a while back. And he was
really
when
nice,
he was
aren't they?
other side of the paranormal.
That's it.
But they've merged together now, haven't they?
And,
With somebody called Jono. Or is it Jono?
yeah.
And what they've done is they've merged as a new entity, really, isn't it? If you want to put it that way. And they're now called Haunted Adventures.
Yeah.
We caught up with Jamie and done a little interview with him. Then we went on an investigation with him.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what. Before these two bore you to death like me, we'll let's go across to Jamie. And this was Jamie in the studio a little bit earlier on.
We're now joined in the studio with Jamie Leicester, and Jamie is now with Haunted Adventures, who were once called the Other Side Paranormal Group. Is that correct, Jamie?
That's right, yeah.
And you've just been here in Mill Street Barracks. You've just done a paranormal investigation, which we joined you on.
You certainly did.
And we've recorded it, which will be played a little bit later on in the show. What a night.
It was really interesting. I mean, it's our first time back at Mill Street on our own little private investigation with our team since last year. And it's been such a phenomenal night. We've experienced things that we haven't experienced here before. Well, especially, I mean, we came down at the last part of the show, at the last part of your investigation, and we witnessed it ourselves. Nails being thrown, something dropping near me. I went into that room. I don't like going for the first time. I've got to say, last time.
You are very honoured. I've
Very.
not seen him go in that room.
It was only because I was
for
scared.
a long time.
It was Jono, because Jono kept saying he kept seeing things near me, so I thought, well, you know what, if they're near me, I'll sit in with you.
Yeah, well, it seemed to work. He seemed to bring them in. But obviously, you know, in the 5 years that we've been going to Mill Street, that's, I think, been the most active we've experienced it down in the cellar.
Well, we've never seen nails being thrown before, have we, Jonathan?
No.
Not like that. That was clear. But I mean, it's great to see groups back in again now. And I did see the little piece about you in the Echo, the Liverpool Echo.
Oh, did you see that?
Yeah. And you're right. It's nice to actually get you back in and to start doing something. How many people have lost their group because of it? Yeah,
it's been terrible. I mean, we were obviously pre-pandemic. We were a team, as you know, we got to be quite a large team, so we were a team of 15. Now we're just a team of 6. It's just because locations have sort of diminished as well.
Yeah.
So we're kind of limited at the moment.
It's like a knock-on effect, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not just the groups that have had issues; it's the locations as well, because the income's not been there.
Exactly. Yeah, and a lot of them are places like Mill Street, that run purely off sort of things like the paranormal, and it's just their only source of income.
It is. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the big sources of income, and it's a fantastic place to actually come and do investigations, as you know yourself, Jamie. So it's been great being with you tonight. So I mean, sadly, Gareth and Jono have had to go, haven't you? Because Jono lives in, is it Crewe?
Chester. It's Chester. Yeah.
So they weren't able to come into the studio with us. And because it is pre-recorded, poor Jamie's had to stay in. It's now 1:05 in the morning. Or when it's on the show, it could be about 8:30 at night for us.
It's been a while since I've been up this late.
Yeah.
Not that I'm moaning.
But we're usually, when we pre-record, because like we all say it's pre-recorded, we can be here till 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
So
it's early for us. It's afternoon.
We go home. We go home in the daylight, don't we? We come in the daylight. We go home in the daylight. So how does it feel to actually? I mean, obviously it's your very first investigation for a long time. How did it feel to be back in the actual darkness?
It felt amazing. I mean, for a minute, just being here, although it was on a much smaller scale than we're used to. Because usually we've got members of the public, but it just felt normal again. which was really nice to experience. And just being back out there doing something that you love, and just how normal it felt to leave the outside world there and be doing something that you really like.
It is, and going back to your name, you've changed it to Haunted Adventures.
That's right, yeah.
Could you tell us why you've changed it? Because I know you were called the Other Side Paranormal Group.
Yeah, so Jono joined us sort of during the first lockdown. So he joined our team, and we decided to join together and create a new company, if you like, and we decided on the name of Haunted Adventures. We just wanted something that was a little bit more catchy and kind of represented something more that we do, taking the members of the public on haunted adventures. Yeah,
true. And if they'd have been here tonight, it was an adventure.
Absolutely.
I mean, going back to the cellar, you've been all around the room. Now tonight you went into the the top classroom at the far end of the building.
That's right, yeah.
You had things happening there. What kind of things that happened?
So in one of the classrooms we had, a lot of interaction with the equipment. So we had a lot of changes in temperature. One of the changes in temperature went down to 1 degrees. It dropped 1 degrees in quite a short space of time. Which, to be fair, that's what they say. If you do get sort of a drop in temperature, at least 1 degree or more in quite a short space of time, that's a good sign that we've got something going on. And in particular, we had shadows again in the corners of the classroom. In fact, we had one of the chairs moved as well.
Oh right.
Yeah.
In that classroom.
Yeah, which we kind of forgot about because of all what happened down in the cellar. We kind of forgotten about the other little bits that have happened in other parts of the building. But tonight's definitely been one of the most active nights that we've experienced.
Yeah, well, me and you, Jonathan, we were up here in the room. We cheated. We watched the England game, because we didn't want to disturb you.
Yeah.
And so it was a good excuse to watch the game. But we could hear you down in the cellar, and we could just about hear you. And when you came up and told us what was going on, you can explain what was happening to you on the first section of the cellar.
Yeah,
and why we followed you.
Yeah, so whilst we were down there, we'd been down to the cellar at the start of the night. It was fairly quiet. We had things happening. Then we decided to go to other part of the building. That's when we went up to the classrooms. But something just didn't seem quite right. You've been on investigations. You know when you've been into a certain part of a building, you just know when something's not right. So we decided to go back down into the cellar, and we decided to do a voice box session. And the voice box session just kind of went out the window, because as soon as we started, things just started to be thrown. And when we went to investigate what these things were, one of them was a rusty old coin, like a 1p piece. And then other things started to follow, like bits of stones, some nails, like really old rusty nails as well, which I have no idea where they came from. No idea at all. So obviously we turned the voice box back on again, and we asked, if the spirit wanted us to leave. We did get a firm yes. So we thought, we just respect the wishes of the spirit, and we decided to proceed and leave. As we got to the stairs to leave the cellar, we were just about to go up, and something was launched from behind us, but with real force. Yeah. We've tried to look for it. I think we tried to look for it with
because on your break as well, me and Jonathan had a listen to couldn't see anything because I think you went live, didn't you?
That's right.
On your Facebook
That's
page.
right, yeah.
We decided, John said, I'll have a look at it, and we were having a look, and you could hear the bang, you could hear it. So, that's when we said, are we all right to come and record it.
Yeah.
And just for the listeners, we've got a full hour of the record we've done, so we're going to have half an hour on this one, and then continue with it the following week on the next show, because it was so good.
Yeah, it was like I say, it was just just astounded by what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I've never experienced anything being thrown. I've heard things being thrown, but never experienced something with such force.
Don't you? But you can never actually find out like exactly where it is.
Yeah.
But with that tonight, it was just so different, wasn't it?
Well, me and you, we've been coming here for months now,
Yeah.
and we've never had that happen.
No.
And it did tonight.
Yeah.
We witnessed it.
Yeah. Yeah. Really good.
It's strange, well, because something just seems different.
What here?
Yeah, something especially in the cellar. Something, it just seems different for some reason.
Well, we were saying this the other night. Me and Jonathan were recording last week, not the other night, and we wouldn't go down the cellar. There was something. The atmosphere, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It didn't feel nice. It didn't feel right. And we just never went down.
We decided not to go down.
Yeah.
And when we did go down, when Lee was here, because we were doing like a 6-parter,
Right.
when we went down there, we felt as if there was something there that shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Not nasty or anything like that. It was just like, this doesn't seem right, this doesn't seem the same. Where it's come from, I couldn't tell you.
No.
And you didn't know any of this guy. I nearly called you Gareth then. You didn't know any of this, Jamie, and I mean, what you said tonight was quite confirming of what we were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was you what came to us and said to us, just something down there that we've never come across before.
I think it's nice when that happens. When two sets of people experience the same thing and mention it. It just kind of confirms, that there's something going on.
And I know other groups have been seeing like shadows of people by the doors as well, which I know you mentioned tonight as well.
Yeah,
that's been coming up quite often.
Yeah. And I mean, I seen the shadow tonight.
Yeah.
And I said to you, didn't I, that there's a shadow. But the second time I seen it was a spider on the light. We debunked that one. But the one what went across the floor, you couldn't debunk it. I couldn't even think about that one.
Well,
then you seen it.
I seen the one on the board. I think you seen it as well.
We saw it at the same time. Yeah.
But it wasn't a spider. It definitely was not a spider, because it was just so fast going off across that. I know it's like there's like a square taped on the walls, and that.
Yeah.
But it was just like on there, but it just went so quick. Going towards them stairs again. And it was like that shadow that we'd seen a few months back. That was like the speed.
Yeah.
And
so it's probably come back again. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I think it's dust after being down in
being
the
in the cellar. Yeah.
But I mean, going back to that investigation we've just done with you. Now you've been here all night, and I mean, is everywhere where you've been tonight been active, or is it just them two areas you've been in?
It's just been those two areas we've been in. We were sort of because the cellar was so active. I think that's why we spent most of our night down there. That's why we've not really got into any other areas, because that did prove to be the most active tonight. I am honest. I am a little bit speechless, to be fair. To experience that, whether it's just because places haven't been investigated for such a long time that all the energy's built up and it's just raring to go. I don't know.
We've said that loads.
Yeah, we have said that.
We agree with you there, Jamie, because the amount of times we've been here, just me and Jonathan, and things have happened. It's just been basically non-stop. I mean, we're surprised we haven't had anything through the headphones yet.
Yeah.
That I'm waiting for that, but it's haven't happened. But it's great, and I mean, it's great to see you back as well. I know that you've been stuck at. I know you've got other work and it keeps you going that, but it's been heartbreaking to see groups not being able to come out, and especially ones who come here, because that's a bit bad. But you know what I mean.
I know. Yeah. It's like I say, it's been difficult, but we're just hoping to return to something. At the end of all this, something like we were pre-pandemic.
Needs to.
Yeah.
We need it, because otherwise we're never going to get back to normality at all.
No. like I say, it's like the article you probably read in the Echo. You know, it's just the stop-start all the time. You don't know where you're at, so you do plan something, then before you know it, everything's on hold again, and you can't go ahead. So
that's the worst part. You were saying then, James. You know, you get groups ringing up and saying, "Are we still allowed to come?" Because we don't know what the rules and regulations are. And I'm saying, well, I don't know. I'll have to find out for you. So we're in like the catch-22 situation. Yeah. And they're saying, yeah, you can do it. No, you can't. We advise you not to do it, but you can if you want. Yeah. And that's all we're getting. And it's not fair on the likes of yourself who's got a company.
Yeah. It's really difficult because the sort of restrictions and the rules are so fluid. You can interpret them any way you want. Yeah. So nothing's set in stone, and it's hard to decide what to do for the best.
Exactly. They need to be more clear on everything they do. Yeah. But I'm still glad that you got here tonight.
Absolutely,
anyway. Because I mean, and to have what's happened to you tonight has been fantastic. How did Gareth and Jono, did they enjoy it? Because obviously they cleared off.
Yeah, they really enjoyed it. I think Jono in particular couldn't wait to exit the cellar.
No, he said that a couple of times.
Yeah,
I don't think he wants us to go back down.
No, I think he's with you on that room, Jamie. I don't think he particularly likes that room. But he couldn't wait to go. I don't think. But again, they're the same as myself. A first investigation back. I just don't think they could get over what's actually happened. And Gareth said just before he left, he said, you know, how this has probably been one of the most active nights we've ever had. In fact, the most active.
All right. What anyway?
Probably at this location. Very few locations present themselves with activity in this way.
No.
So just to get what we had was probably put Mill Street Barracks rated really high anyway in our estimations, but now you're probably within our top 5 at least.
Yeah. Now I know you're coming back again in I think it's a month's time, is it?
That's right. Yeah.
Tell us a little about, because it's completely different what you're doing now. If we're allowed to talk.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So obviously we're still in the planning stages at the moment, but we have got two set dates actually. I think it's September.
I think we got one in August as well.
Actually, yeah. Sorry, I think it is August. I've got that much going around my head at the minute. So yeah, the first one's in August, and then we've got another one actually on Halloween. So we're trying to organise a paranormal fun day for the family.
That's right. I think you're in the day, and we're in the night.
That's right.
From right.
Yeah. So just because we get asked all the time from families, is there anything that we can bring our children to? Well, nighttime investigations aren't really the place to bring your children.
No.
It all boils down to insurance as well. You know, we're insured for family things in the daytime, but not during the night. So during this part of lockdown, we try to think of somewhere where we could hold a paranormal fun day, and where better than Mill Street Barracks. So we're trying to arrange a whole load of stuff that's enjoyable for all the family. So there's going to be like tarot readers. We're going to organise a paranormal performance done by a local a local performance group. Which families and children can join in with. There's just going to be face painting. The Halloween one in particular, we're going to do a fancy dress one. So the child or adult wins a prize for best dressed.
No chance for us then, Jonathan.
You'll be alright, but you don't have to do nothing.
What are you trying to say?
Well done.
So I think that's a brilliant idea. So what will you do, with the children? Will you do them like a basic paranormal investigation? Or just tell them what's going to be?
So we're going to have like a story corner. So we're going to tell them sort of stories on what we've experienced at this location, and maybe some other locations as well, but primarily Mill Street Barracks. And And then what we will do is we'll take them on sort of mini invests where we're just sort of using some of the equipment and doing a little bit of calling out. Just kind of give them a brief insight onto what happens on paranormal investigations.
Yeah, it's a great idea. So are the set age the children or?
Yeah, so we're going to set it at from the ages of 10 plus.
Right.
We just think because any younger, I don't really think something like that is a little bit not really suitable. But yeah, there'll be paranormal talks as well. So talks on what equipment we use, what we do on investigations, and then they'll have a chance to join in on that as well.
Fantastic. So will it be like an open day for other groups to be there, or?
Absolutely, we're absolutely we welcome absolutely any other group. We've worked in partnerships with plenty of other groups as well in the past, and if any wanted to attend and be a part of it, then and they wanted to approach us about that, then they're absolutely welcome to.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll be part of it because we're based here anyway. So I mean, we're definitely up for that, aren't we?
I mean, the more experiences that we can get to be told to children and the families on the day, then that's even better, because everybody has different experiences. So to hear a whole range of them would be really great.
Yeah.
Well, we'll bring something along on the day. We'll tell you about it a little bit later on. It'll be a nice surprise for them.
Great.
It'll be a surprise for the adults as well as children.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether it'll be suitable for children, but it'll be good for adults.
Yeah,
I'll explain that in a minute.
Yeah.
Because we haven't announced it to anything yet, have we?
Okay.
He's looking at me going, huh?
What are you talking about?
I'll tell you after, Jonathan.
Okay.
You're looking at me confused, but you'll go, oh,
yeah,
because you helped me with it.
Right, okay.
But it'll be good on the day as well.
Perfect, yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Is that going to be a regular thing you're going to do, or is it just a tester at the moment?
It's a tester at the moment, obviously, because it's a kind of a new idea, so we're not too sure on, how it's going to work out. We're going to put everything into making it work as best we can. But if it goes well, then we'll probably look at least probably doing at least one or two a year.
Brilliant. So it's a great idea, and the hall here is massive, isn't it? So,
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and you can take them on a tour of the building.
Yeah.
So that'll be good for them as well, because some of the stories you can tell them as you're going around.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure what's happened this evening will come into that as well.
I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
Don't throw any nails
away.
No.
He's the one who scared him away.
Yeah, just shown so many pictures of Jonathan. So you've been here for the first time tonight. It's the first investigation you've done in 18 months?
Yes, we did. So it's probably our last investigation we did here was just before we went into the tiered system last year, when when things gradually lifted.
Yeah. It's like October, November.
Yeah, so it was around
just before that November lockdown.
Yeah. So it was around October when we were last here last year, when obviously
they gave us false hope.
Yeah, again.
Yeah.
But yeah, where we had a public investigation then, but obviously it was on a much lower numbers than we originally would.
Well, that makes it more difficult as well now, because not only have you got to try and get people to come back on the investigations, which hopefully will be great because people will come back, but also you've got to be aware of masks, self-distancing. It's so difficult to do. Hopefully it won't be any much longer.
I mean, we put lots of planning into it last year. We did numerous amounts of risk assessments to satisfy the government and what things we'd put in place to accommodate social distancing and things like that. But all that's out the window again now, because it's all changed again. So you could find yourself doing a risk assessment every week. Because it's constantly changing. So I think until we're given a little bit more confirmation on when things are going to be lifted fully, I just probably don't think it's worth going into public investigations fully.
And how do you feel in yourself now? You're able to get back into the locations, and you'd be able to. You can get back into the world you love. Yeah,
it's give us the confirmation that we are going to be able to go back to it at some point, because you kind of lose touch with it, and as much as you love it, at some points during the lockdown things, you have thought to yourself, is it going to be worth going back to?
Yeah.
But then when you come back to somewhere and do an investigation, it's like, absolutely it is. It's just what you love.
Yeah. Well, we've got our own team. We've been going. This is 11 years now.
Yeah.
And the first time in them 11 years that we've not been able to do anything for a year as a group. And I can't wait to actually get back as a group and start an investigation again. So I know how it feels for you. And you're not just friends; you become family.
Absolutely,
you support each other. You back each other up. You get to know each other so well, and you miss that camaraderie as well, where you come together.
Yeah, that's it. You're doing. I think for us as well, because of obviously our team has diminished over the lockdown. We kind of, in some way, lost touch with that paranormal family we had, and I think that's another reason that we've just kind of enjoyed getting back into it again. It's just reconnecting with some of those people.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm made up because I'm now getting in. Users starting to get in touch, and other people who know here are getting in touch. So it's starting to feel as if things are coming together again, and that paranormal world is starting to repair itself.
That's right. Yeah.
In fact, hopefully the world's going to repair itself.
Yeah. It's just amazing. We've really enjoyed being back. Honestly, I can't describe to you how good it's felt.
I mean, I've loved being here tonight. And what's good as well is you had activity.
Yeah, we were really blessed with activity. Better than we could have imagined. And
to witness it, we witnessed it as ourselves. So I'm made up for you because your first night back and you get stuff like that.
Yeah.
The only thing is, when you go, Jamie, we're still here.
Not left on your own, Jamie.
Certainly not. I just had to really scrape the barrel and get Jonathan in.
But I might just leave with you,
At least I'll have a professional with me.
What, yourself?
Yeah.
You'll be on your own?
Not. So what's next for you? I know you've been here tonight. Have you got any investigations coming up?
We have, because obviously next Sunday the 27th of June we're actually at 30 East Drive.
Wow.
So that's going to be a great investigation, because that's going to be one of the first times we're back there as well in 18 months.
With public?
Yeah. But obviously it's only a small venue anyway, so you can only take small numbers. It's usually a maximum of 10. Obviously with current restrictions it's only, including hosts, a maximum of 6 people. But we just can't any longer keep putting our guests on hold and keep postponing things and moving them to next dates, etc. So we've had a lot of meetings with the owner. Obviously looked into a lot of the rules, and as long as we don't exceed 6 people in each of the rooms, then we're quite well within the guidelines. Yeah.
Superb. And to know that you're going there as well. We've yet to go there yet, have we?
Can't wait till I get there.
It's an amazing place. If you get it on a good night, like anywhere, it's never guaranteed. But I don't think there's actually been a time. I mean, we've been going there probably for as long as we've been coming here, about 5 years. And I don't think there's been a night yet where it has let us down. Yeah, there's been nights that have been more active than others, but we've still always had something.
Right.
So it's definitely one to visit if you get the chance.
Jamie, before we finish, how can people get in touch with you? If they want to come along with one of your, I was going to say adventures, come along with Haunted Adventures, how would they get in touch with you?
So you can get in touch with us either via our website, which is www.hauntedadventure.co.uk. You can email us, which is team@hauntedadventure.co.uk. Or you can follow us on our Facebook page. However, our Facebook page still runs under the Other Side Paranormal Group at the moment, and you'll know it's us because you'll see the Haunted Adventures logo.
Fantastic. So Jamie, thanks also for letting us go on an investigation with you tonight. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jamie.
And for those who are listening in, you will hear the first half a little bit later on in the show. So we'll let you go home now because it is late.
No, it's been a pleasure.
No, it's been a pleasure,
Thank you.
actually being on the investigation with you. So, Jamie Leicester of Haunted Adventures, once the Other Side of the Paranormal Group. Didn't miss it out.
Don't forget that one.
Thanks very much for coming into the studio.
Thank you.
Well, that was Jamie Leicester who visited Mill Street with his group,
Yeah,
Haunted Adventures.
that's right. Yeah, new name.
Once
yeah.
the Other Side of the Paranormal, or Other Side of the whatever
Yeah,
it was.
the Other
anyway.
Side of the
Yeah.
Paranormal. wasn't it?
So thanks Jamie for coming in. We did appreciate that because he'd done his
Yeah.
invest, and I think he was here about 2 o'clock in the morning when he done that with
He
us.
wasn't he?
But then again, we're usually here anyway.
Well, it was early for us, wasn't it?
I know, yeah.
It was the afternoon for us.
I know. But yeah, I know, yeah, we're always. So we come into the studio and we say, right, what we're going to do? We're going to go in, we're going to kill it, we're going to get that show out, and then we can relax and all this lot.
Yeah.
It can be 12 o'clock by the time we actually start recording the show because we laugh so much and we joke so much and everything. So, but hey ho, we're still here. We still get the show out there. We still get it out on time and everything else, and that's what it's about.
Yeah.
But that was Jamie Leicester there, and I'm sure he'll be coming visiting again because he's a nice fella.
Yeah.
Not like you, Lee.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I had to after what you've done to me right at the beginning of the show and got me confused.
Doesn't take much.
Whoa. Yeah, I am sitting here.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway, the other Jamie had such a good night.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
wasn't
he
it?
loved it.
Yeah.
Well, we've got the investigation coming on a little bit later on.
Yeah, a bit later, yeah.
We've done an investigation. It's in 2 parts now, isn't
Yeah.
it? Because obviously, what went on, we just thought, do you know what? We can't cut it. We'll throw it in for the two parts because it was really good.
Yeah.
Shame you weren't here, Lee, because I don't want to give too much away, but things happened that I didn't expect to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'd never seen it before,
No.
so it was really good.
Yeah.
And it's nice now, isn't it? Because it was nice. It was nice actually seeing Haunted Adventures. Doing their investigation. It was different.
Yeah.
They didn't have loads and loads of technology or nothing like that.
No,
They
they
basically. I think the only thing they had was the REM pod.
Yeah, the REM pod. They did use a spirit box at one point, but not very much.
That's right. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
And did they have cat balls?
Do you know what?
Yeah, they had cat balls.
I took. Yeah, they had some, and I think I took some down as well, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
We were talking a week ago now. I can't even remember what I did yesterday.
Yeah. No, yeah, I do remember they did have cat balls around as well.
My memory's not that good, Steve. So, but that's it.
Yeah.
So, there's been a bit of a thing. I don't know whether you've seen it. We'll ask your opinion on it now.
Go on.
And it was the photograph, which has been banded everywhere. It's everywhere now, of the 2 little kids that have been captured at the Adelphi Hotel in Liverpool.
Oh, right. Yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah.
What do I make of it? I'm on quite a few paranormal groups on Facebook, as you know. I did see it on my news feed for the Echo.
Yeah.
And then I've also seen it in quite a lot of paranormal groups.
Yeah.
But not in a good way.
No, that's the sad part. Now, in the show, it's a next week's show. We'll bring it up again anyway now, and then you can listen to it again next week. Before that, Lee, have you seen the photographs as well?
I've seen a couple of them.
Yeah. I know it's just fire extinguishers.
Yeah.
We all know it's just the fire extinguishers now, and I'm not going to name names because we've said it before. And we said it in next week's show. That sounds strange, when you say that. But you two started this. I'm not letting you get away with it. We did mention that we've got to be respectful to everybody.
Yeah, and we will.
And although I don't believe in the photograph, and I really don't, and that's my own personal opinion. We've all got our own we've all got our rights to.
We have, yeah.
I'm not going to name the names of the people or anything like that. There's research out there, do it yourselves.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be respectful to them. We mentioned next week as well that we don't troll anyone, we won't troll anyone, and we should troll anyone.
No.
You know, everybody does different. Everybody does it differently.
They do.
And let's just respect that. Let's let it go. You know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's everywhere. That picture's everywhere.
I know.
It's.
I believe it's gone viral now, isn't it?
Well, yeah. And do you know what? Good luck to it, because I mean, what's it done for them? Huge publicity, really. That.
Yeah.
Well, this is it, isn't it? Rightly or wrongly so. Publicity's there, isn't it?
Yeah, and as you know yourself, I mean, if you put something out there, you're leaving yourself wide open.
You are.
You know,
especially depending on the circumstances.
That's it.
Yeah, you do.
And if you put it in the Echo, people are going to comment.
Yeah, they will.
Sadly, and you know, nasty people.
It is. Well, like I said, it's been plastered all over the Facebook paranormal groups, and the comments.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like to comment on the comments, to be
No,
honest.
no. Do you know what? I don't believe it's paranormal. I've seen the Blade picture.
Well.
Yeah.
I have seen the Blade picture, and I've seen the other picture.
Yeah.
And when you zoom in, it is 2 fire extinguishers.
Yeah.
It's as if the pictures. No, I won't say that. It's just it's a Blade picture.
Yeah, it's just a Blade picture.
And it does.
Yeah.
At first glance, it probably does look like 2 little children.
Yeah.
But when you see the proper picture, that's not Blade.
Yeah.
It's 2 fire extinguishers.
But that doesn't give people the right to slaughter people in anything. It doesn't give them a right. You know, I mean, might take a picture one day, throw it up there, and generally make a mistake and say, I've just seen something. And when you look at another photograph, you might go, oh no, it's not. It is a fire extinguisher, or it is this.
Well, I mean, we've done it on past investigations.
We've all done it.
People have took pictures and you go, do you see that there? Do you see? It looks like a figure of someone or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And then someone else looks at it and they go, well, no, I don't see anything at all.
And rightly so, we've all got our opinions.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their own opinions, and good luck to them.
Yeah.
But, you know, don't hammer anybody or slate anybody.
No.
That's the wrong thing to do. You know, so anyway, we've seen the picture. That's our opinion of it.
Yeah.
And we've just been joined in the studio by Stephen from Dragon Paranormal.
Hello.
Dragonfly Paranormal. And he does look like a dragon, man. You all right, Steve?
Yeah, we're going to head out, mate.
We are recording, and this is live. Well, it's a recorded live show, and Stephen's just come to say goodbye to us. So, Steve, we wish you luck. You'll have to come in and do a little bit of an interview with us.
Yeah, no worries.
We'd love to see you coming into the studio again. Has everybody enjoyed themselves?
Yeah, it's been good.
Good.
Good first one after 2
I'll tell you what, while you're here, if you want to, if you've got 5 minutes. Yeah? Yes, you have. You have now anyway. Sorry, but that's the way it goes, Steve.
No.
If you can get on that mic there, because Jonathan's boring me, so if you can get onto that mic, at least I've got a bit of intelligence in the studio. It's us saying being a bit of integrity and be nice to people, and I'm slating you. But it doesn't matter, it's only you, Jonathan.
Yourself, then, sorry.
Yeah. No, it's not about you. So, Steve.
Yeah.
What's been happening? I mean, you've been doing an investigation here. We have said on the show that you were around and about and that. So, what's been happening? Have you had anything happening to you tonight?
Yeah. We were down in the boiler room.
Yeah.
And in the very corner of the boiler room, nearest the door.
That's in the cellar, isn't it?
Yeah, in the cellar. Yeah. There was the sound of a stone being thrown and hitting brick or concrete. And at the same time as that happened, our K2 meters, both of them, which were on opposite sides of the actual particular part of the room that we were in, both lit up all the way up to red. And at the same time, 2 cat balls went off as well.
Wow.
That were, again, separated.
Now, we're going to give you something. We didn't want to tell you earlier on today.
Yeah.
And you're going to hear it. If you're listening to this show tomorrow night, or tonight, because people will be listening to it now. I love confusing people. Do you know that?
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's on tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on the. It's on. We done an investigation with Haunted Adventures.
Yeah.
And they were in downstairs in the cellar, and they had things thrown.
Oh, really?
They had nails thrown and stones thrown. So if anybody's
it's a new
listening,
one on me. That.
Well, it's a brand. It's a. To be honest with you, Steve, it's been brand new to us as well. We've never had it, and I mean, sadly, Lee wasn't there to see it, but me and Jonathan were in the room and witnessed it for ourselves.
Yeah.
And anybody who's listening now, when we put it on a little bit later on, you will hear that. But there's other things what go on, so we haven't. It's not. It's only a little bit of a spoiler of it. So you've had that. Anything else? Has any of your guests or team had anything?
We've had a few names come up.
Yeah.
Some of the regulars.
Mm-hmm.
Fred's made an appearance again.
Fred?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He made one of our guests feel really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Down in the cellar earlier. Yeah. And then again when they were over in the classrooms when we were chatting.
We had a little bit of a conversation, didn't we? When I came in, yeah.
When they were up in the classroom, he made him feel uncomfortable again there. Some new names have come out as well.
Bernard, never heard of it.
That's another name that came out downstairs in the cellar.
No, I've never had that name here before.
As well.
Who?
Rita.
No.
That was one of the ladies who's a sensitive, who's with us. She sort of picked that up.
Right.
And I can vouch for her abilities because that incident we were talking about with regards to that my personal thing.
Yeah, when we were talking off air a little bit earlier on, we were talking about private stuff. Yeah.
It was her that was the person who picked that up in that location.
Yeah.
So, she was adamant there was a Rita. We've had a Stephen, even though that's my name.
Yeah.
But he served in World War II.
Right.
And that was up in the dormitories.
Mm-hmm.
Again, that's a new one on me. I've never had that one before.
When you were in the dormitories, which room were you in?
So there was some of us in the very top room.
Yep.
And then the next room down from that.
The middle room,
the middle room. Yeah, that's where the others were, and that's where they had Stephen, who was World War II, coming through.
Right.
And in the very top room, we had a young girl called Louise coming through.
Oh, that was close, wasn't it? Because we know that in the very top room there's a little girl in there and her name's Laura.
Oh, you see,
so that's close, Louise, Laura. It's pretty close,
We got the name through the portal that we were using.
Yeah.
So it may well be. It could be a Laura.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name now.
But
Emma Flood.
No.
Emma.
It was a very young voice that was coming through.
Could have been,
Emma. Louisa. In the same area.
Very close.
Same area.
Yeah. So it's quite close. Louise, Laura.
Yeah.
It's close, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. So that's quite good evidence. There's going to be people out there who say no, it isn't. Yes, it is.
We also just outside here
on the balcony. Yep.
Yeah, we had the cat balls going off in response to questions.
Yeah. We always get that up on the balcony, so that's brilliant news.
More so when we were messing about with there's a marine peak cap.
Yeah.
And a marine beret.
Yeah.
On one of the cupboards, and every time we sort of messed about with that, and one of us put it on, the balls would light up in response to us putting the hat on, or talking about the hat. Yeah. So that was pretty good.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
So yeah, but all in all, really, really good night. We've just had a little few bits and bobs of the cat balls going off again. We'd set it up, so we were in the middle room downstairs in the cellar.
Yeah. And
we'd set up the REM pod with a cat ball behind it and a motion detection light as well, and also a laser grid.
Right.
The only thing that was going off was the cat ball. But in response again to questions, or being directly asked, "Can you light that ball up again?"
Isn't it funny, Steve, how technology is taking over basically paranormal investigations?
Yeah, it's
and the best little bit of technology we got at the moment is a cat ball.
Yeah. I mean,
not a spirit ball. Don't get me going on that. It's called a carrot ball. A cat ball, not a carrot ball. A cat ball. Don't start me on that.
Our name for them is the disco cat balls, because that's exactly what they are. The disco cat balls.
And that's a good.
No matter where we go, they always provide something.
Do you know what we use the cat balls a lot, and the REM pods. They're the only two basic things we've got. When the group's back, we'll have the K2 and that as well. But I mean, the cat balls, you can't go wrong with them.
No.
it's not like it's something that can be faked without being seen.
No, it can't.
You can't manipulate it. No, it is so innocent that it literally is a cat toy, so it can't be manipulated. You have to move it to get it to light up.
Exactly. And they're the best ones, aren't they? The cheapest ones are the best ones.
Yeah.
So if you want to get them cheap, get a cat ball. If you want a dear one, get a spirit ball. It's exactly the same, but you're being ripped off.
Yeah,
simple.
Definitely.
Yeah. But Steve, thanks for that, and we appreciate you. I hope you've enjoyed tonight. Have you got a website you want to give out to anybody, or how people can get in touch with Dragonfly Paranormal?
Yeah, currently the website's down. Obviously, with COVID happening, we didn't have funds coming in. We do have Facebook. We are on Facebook. Just search Dragonfly Paranormal. We are. I think we do come up as the top result.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Above Ghost Quest. Well, we'll have to pull our sleeves up, Jonathan.
No, if you search Dragonfly Paranormal, we're the first
I know.
one that comes up. There is another group called Dragonfly Paranormal, but they're in the USA. So.
Are you on YouTube like us?
We are on YouTube.
Yep.
There's not much content on there at the moment, but it's something that we are working towards getting more on. And again, just search Dragonfly Paranormal and it should come up.
Brilliant. I mean, we hope you succeed again, because COVID's been really bad for everybody.
It's near enough destroyed us, mate. Yeah.
And I don't know how long I've known you, Steve. It's a few years now, isn't it?
Since about 2016, I think it is.
Is it that long you've been you've known us?
Yeah, about 2016. Originally I was coming as a customer, so
yeah, you was.
And then Dragonfly we started in 2017, so it's got to have been before 2017.
Oh my God, yeah. And we've been friends ever since, on and off. We pop in and out and say hello and all this lot.
I've been on the show before.
You've been on the show before. You gave us a few little tips.
I gave you name enough to our interview.
But we carried on anyway.
Just ignored them.
Yeah. Well, you know me.
Yeah. No, it's been great to see, and it's been great coming back. It's one of my favourite locations.
Yeah, it's lovely.
And time and time again.
Was this? Can I ask? Was this the first investigation you've done since COVID? Or
this is our first one in 2 years. Yeah.
Fantastic! And what a place to start as well.
Yeah, it's been a bizarre experience though.
And your team look really lovely people. They look friendly. I already know your wife, don't I?
Well, this is why I think this is why it works for us, because obviously there's myself, there's my wife who's the boss. Yeah. Naturally. Yeah. And then you've got Frida and Chelsea, who are mother and daughter. Yeah. And then our other team member. Yeah. All right, Trish.
Okay. Hold on, we've got one of the team coming in while we're recording here. Hello.
No, this is a guest.
Oh, guest is it? Oh, sorry.
Yeah. This is my cousin.
Is he your cousin? Yeah. And Steve just disappeared, giving people hugs and everything else. Bye. Bye. Told you it was a live show, or we would just leave everything going. Yeah.
As I was saying, you've got myself, my wife, Frida and Chelsea, who are mother and daughter, and also Frida's husband Phil, who normally joins us, but unfortunately because they are foster carers, he has to stay at home and look.
Take my hat off to them, because that's what I used to do, and fantastic.
So they've currently got some kids in, so he's stayed at home to look after them.
Unbelievable.
Hopefully soon we'll get him back and.
Brilliant. Yeah.
He normally carries the sandwiches.
Yeah, and we've got to say, all three of us here, I've really enjoyed just being in the building. Really nice, genuine people, a good laugh, and very courteous.
Nice to have people back in
it. It is. It's lovely to see the building coming alive, looking for the dead. To be blunt, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. Yeah. But it's been great having Dragonfly Paranormal in the building today.
Like I say, it's been great to be back, and what a first one to come back to as well, Mill Street.
Yeah. And poor Steve only come into the studio to say to Ron, he's ended up having a quick interview.
It happens all the time.
I know. Well, I was only insulting you. Well, no, to be honest with you, what we were doing, Steve, is we were talking about people. We've just been talking about the photograph. The famous photograph at the moment.
The recent famous photograph.
The two twins, which basically are just fire extinguishers.
CO2
and we're not naming names or not like that, because we're trying to be respectful to those who announced it, and we're also trying to be, we're not here to ridicule them.
No.
We were just giving our opinion on it in a nice way, saying I don't believe in it, but there's people out there who are, and please do not troll these people. Do not be disrespectful. Have your opinions. Be nice about it. Believe in it or don't believe in it, but do not be offensive. Do not be. You don't know these people.
Bullies,
no, you don't know these people. don't bully him. Exactly, Steve. That's a perfect way to end up on there.
Yeah.
Steve, we better let you go because you've got to get back to, is it Bolton? Newton. Oh, you're only up the road. Oh, well, we might as well keep another 20 minutes then, might we? Steve wouldn't want you in the car. No problem, Steve. Steve, thanks very much for coming in tonight.
I'll catch you again, Jim.
Because I don't want to speak to Jonathan because he's getting on my nerves now, I'm going to get Jonathan to go and let you out and lock the doors. And I'm going to talk to Reed, a bit of intelligence in the studio, you know. But yeah, Steve, thanks. Keep in touch.
Yeah, man.
And we'll get you down to come and do an interview or
definitely
join us in the studio and have a full 2-hour session with us.
Yeah, we'll get downstairs and do some investigating.
Exactly. Let's do it. Yeah.
Definitely, we'll make a date.
All right, Steve. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah.
And he's going to let you out because I don't want to speak to him.
Jamie's lazy.
See you later, mate.
I'm Jamie's lazy. So Lee, it's just me and you in studio because Steve and Dragonfly are just leaving now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Basically, we kicked Jonathan. He's my co-host, and I've kicked him mostly. Well, then again, he's the one who had the key holder tonight, so he can do all the work while we're in here.
He's the troublemaker.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what. While he's down while he's going to let Dragonfly out, what we'll do is we'll play the investigation that me and Jonathan were on with Haunted Adventures.
Yeah.
And the listeners can enjoy a little bit of an investigation with us.
We're now down in the cellar. We're with Haunted Adventures, who've been here at Mill Street most of the night. So me and Jonathan have decided to join them down here. And they've gone in the room, what I don't like, at the very end of the cellar on the right-hand side. Jonathan's gone in there with them, so I'm going to leave them to it and just stand at the door. So carry on. Spirits, are you there?
Please come forward, give us a sign here.
Spirit, when we were down here earlier, you said you didn't want us here. If you still don't want us here, can you give us another sign to confirm that, please?
That's going off. The EDI is going off.
Vibration, yeah.
No, it wasn't vibration, it was humidity.
Come on, spirits, give us a sign.
You've just flashed some lights on that device with the numbers on, so thank you for that. Think you could do that again for us?
Could you move something off the tables for us? Or maybe drop something on the floor?
I know we're asking a lot of you, but we're not here to cause you any harm. Maybe we could hear your footsteps walking across the floor.
Or could you make a loud bang? Come on, spirits. If you really have to, you could throw something again, but not at anybody.
Use all of our energy from in this room. To help you make yourself known. I smell a really strange smell all of a sudden.
It's not your brother's nerves, is it? Spirits, can you copy this? Can you copy this? It seemed worse when we had that.
It was probably the white noise that was attracting something brushing against the bottom of my legs.
Come on, spirits, where are you?
You did I again.
Can you make a sound? So we can hear you. Come on, spirits, you were alive with before.
666 again.
Is that someone's stomach?
That was me, yeah.
I don't know, but this chair feels wet.
Spirit, there's lots of equipment on the floor and around the room. Can you please try and touch some of it? You can make the lights flash.
Can we hear your footsteps walking in the room? Or maybe you could whistle like this.
I know you've done a lot for us already whilst we've been here. But we'd really appreciate it if you could do something else.
If you don't want us here, please make a sign.
Me.
Show Jonathan and Jamie what you did for us before.
Come on, spirit. Can you copy this?
Like you moving in there.
I've just had a shadow here, right next to me.
We've seen that quite a bit.
That's been there quite a lot.
And that came down the hall really fast and comes right next to me and just disappeared.
Probably in here because I feel freezing. Spirit, if you're with us, can you give us a sign?
Or if that's you that Jamie's just seen and you're now in this room, let us know of your presence.
I'm freezing.
Yeah. It's gone really cold.
It's gone cold. Right. Is that you, Gareth?
Yeah.
Come on, spirit. Let us know you're here.
This is going to sound really stupid, but I know it's dark in here.
Do you keep getting into it like it's going darker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just had it a minute before when I looked that way towards the door. Come on, spirit. We know you're not shy. Promise you we'll leave you alone. Maybe just give us a really good sign that you're here. What's that flashing there?
Warm air and air pressure change.
Come on, spirit.
You know you've been around us already. We do appreciate what you've done. If you could just do a little bit more for us.
Then we'll leave you alone.
That one has been tickled.
I had that before out here.
Come on, spirits. Give us a tap, or a knock, or a footstep.
It feels like a spider.
Come on, spirit, come back to us.
Strange smell here.
What does it smell like?
Like a really a musty smell, you know, like a... It's gone again now. It was like a really strong musty smell and then it went.
I got that in here before.
I've just got it in here.
Sure, something just tapped me on the side of my head.
Told you, I thought something touched my back, but it felt more like a spider.
Come on, spirit.
Spirit, where are you?
Did you hear that then?
Like
What was
a shuffling noise.
Yeah, it was like a
I know, I didn't hear that.
on the other side.
Oh. It's gone just because of that coke and ground.
Spirit, can you do this for us? That's me. No, Jamie.
Yeah?
No, I've just thought there was something over you. I was trying to touch it, but I touched your head.
Oh, the other Jamie?
Yes.
Oh, there's two Jamies, isn't there? I was going to say, don't say that to me.
Because that's not confusing.
Come on, spirit, where are you? What was that?
Did anybody else just hear that?
Like little stones dropping.
Something dropped on the floor.
Yeah.
Right down here, somewhere.
I thought you were closer to me than that.
I think that was
Right, so
that
I'll
stone
think
was there
about-
before. It was like a
Yeah.
very, very small one.
That was there before, I think.
But definitely, did you hear it?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
like two little stones like dropping.
Spirit, that was you dropping the stone. Could you do it again, please? Come on, spirit.
I think you're here, but I think you're playing with us a little bit at the moment.
What's that?
I can hear talking there.
Come on, spirit. If you want us to leave, then give us a sign. A sign that all of us can hear.
Do you feel like something out there though?
What was that?
Let you go.
Did anybody hear that then?
I did growl.
No, it was like...
Don't look at me.
I heard it like that.
I can't hear anything.
Do you find something out there though in that corridor?
There's been some out there all night.
House here?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Right, where you're stuck now, it's like something's been popping its head down that corner all night.
Yeah.
Which corner?
Where you are.
From your left.
Yeah. From where you're pointing now.
Again? Did you hear it?
Yeah, but it sounds more like claws. No, that sounds stupid. You know, like when something runs across the floor.
What was that?
It's right in front of me. Why in front of me?
It sounds more like that to me.
Oh,
No,
I've got
no,
blood
that's
cold
the
shoulder.
shoulder.
I think I'm going to have to change my seat in a minute.
Oh, to change my pants.
That was me.
Come on, spirit. Can you make your noise a little bit louder?
You're trying to make yourself known. Do it so we can all of us can hear.
Whoa! Shadow. It's still here. Let me just check something. Okay, I've debunked the one I've just seen. It's a spider.
Oh, is it?
The one before was clearly coming along the floor really fast. But the reason why I checked that one is because there was a big long line.
Whoa.
I heard that.
I heard that.
Sounded over there.
Where?
Over
Over that end.
this way.
Was that you?
Come on, spirit. Are you throwing things again?
Making us jump again.
Yeah, I'll have to change my seat in a minute for another reason. Thank you, spirit. Can you do that again? Do you feel awfully cold?
Yeah, I've gone. It's like a wind.
It's like across my back.
That's just across my legs.
Come on, spirit. We know you can do it. But did you notice before we were all distracted with it the first time, doing something else?
Yeah.
So like we were listening to that machine, then when we were all trying to listen in, like then,
Because we're.
we were constantly looking at something else. So like when you mentioned that shadow, then we were listening to it. Yeah, and
That's
then,
right, yeah.
And then that's when that happened. So it was like before. Come on, spirit.
Thank you for what you're doing. Appreciate it. This one we just breathe out then?
Yeah.
Oh. Good.
Come on, spirit. Show us what you can do.
Lights on down the bottom, just come on.
What?
It's just lit up. There's, do you know the green light at the bottom?
Yeah.
It's gone dead bright and it's been dull.
Right there, Gareth.
Yeah, I'm just moving on the chair. Putting myself further back.
Can you make that light disappear again?
That's you out there, Spirit. You make Jamie aware that you're out there. Ooh.
Heard that.
I heard that.
He said make Jamie aware, or you want
I know.
Right, yeah. The other one, by the door.
by the door. Can you give him a sign that you're here?
Can you throw stones towards this way without hitting me? Can you make it drop on the floor next to me?
That'd be really good.
You get the feeling you're being watched.
Oh,
Yeah.
I always got that feeling in this room.
It's felt like that all night.
Yeah. I'm sure behind that door on this side of the room there's something there.
What, near me?
Yeah, but the other side of the door.
Right.
Inside the room, but behind the door.
I swear something just touched my leg. Grabbed my leg.
It's strange in there.
This room's strange.
Anybody else just hear a dog bark?
Just heard a bump.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I don't know where they come from now. They're just people going past. Stone.
That was there, that was.
That was over here, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was near you.
Yeah, it was right, like in front of me.
What was it?
Like, it was like a stone sound.
Are you trying to reach me?
You never know where it's going to come from next.
That's it. You should do anything else for us, spirits.
Are you here with us? You have been all night?
Is that the only way you can communicate, by throwing little stones? If you're able to and you can hear me, you know we've been here a long time. Are you able to just drop a stone near me, or so we can hear it, so knowing that you can hear us? I know we ask you silly things to do, but we don't know any other way of trying to communicate with you at this moment. So feel free, if you can do something that we can hear you with, or what you can do. If you're able to do something, do it. If that's your way of communicating, by throwing something on the floor, that's fine. Or if you can, tell us your name.
whisper your name into somebody's ear. Or gently touch them on the top of your head, on the top of their head.
I've just seen a little blue light near the door, the far end of that room just then.
Have you where Gareth sat?
Yeah.
Right there, go.
I've just been looking at the back wall then, just as you said, you saw the light. Because it feels like there's someone right here.
We can't see you, it's that dark in there. So we can't see where you're pointing.
Like it feels like they're right here.
I keep trying to pluck up the courage to come and sit down, only because my legs are aching. Oh, okay. I mean, oh dear. One movement, the light goes on, and I'm out of this room. Footprint on the chair.
Is there?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, before I wipe it. There might be things to come. Right, I've got this torch in my hand.
Okay, spirits. Now we're all in the room. Can you give us a sign?
Is this what you wanted? Did you want us all in the room? For some reason?
I don't remember last time I was ever in this far.
Why did you want us all in the room? What are you planning?
That's me.
Someone's touching the back of my head.
Come on, spirit.
Back of your head.
Do you know that door feels miles away from me?
Does for me.
You're further in than me. I've just realised next to me there are cat balls. Is that okay too?
Yeah.
If any of them go off,
Surprised one of them goes off actually. You've had loads of that tonight.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, spirits.
Is your foot moving?
My foot?
Yeah.
No, I thought it was yours.
No.
I thought it was you moving your foot.
No,
No.
I thought it was you.
No.
Whatever it was, it was right in front of us.
You stood in between me and Jono? If you are, let us know.
I touched Jamie on his head.
That Jamie. Hey. Jamie Leicester.
That's me. It's there again. That's what we keep hearing. That's what we keep hearing. It's here.
It sounded close. It sounded in here this time.
Did it?
It didn't move.
It sounded like.
Yeah, that's it, but not quite that loud.
It ain't me. That's for certain. Spirit, is that you making that noise? Can you do it again for us? But louder.
Come on, Spirit, you can do it. Show us what you can do.
Is that you?
I was about to say I heard that. But
Was it breathe? I went,
No. Like someone dragging somewhere. I have to drag it, like movement of the foot.
It's like that, but
Yeah.
not quite that sound. Does that make sense?
you know the orange light on the floor?
Yeah.
Does that go bright and dark then?
No.
It was.
Was it?
Yeah, we've had that in here where you're looking that way and the room's gone darker.
Heard that before.
Yeah. Come on, spirits.
Is that someone's done?
That was me, sorry. Is that you?
No, that's not me. I promise you.
What, the noises?
Yeah. I'm not moving. I've not moved.
I don't move.
That's what I mean.
It's going darker now. That orangey, it's flickering.
Yeah, that's the numbers changing. Then.
All right.
So it's the temperature. Is the temperature going up or is it going down?
Down.
Down.
I'm freezing out.
Nice done.
Spirits, can you make a noise to let us know where you are in the room? Michelle, something just move on that doorway.
Behind me?
Hey?
Which doorway?
Up there on the left.
Alright, it's alright then.
No, he's
I
kicking.
can't even see you in there.
It's been the escape route, that one.
I can't even jump now.
Like my head's on a swivelly, I'm just like from one to the other.
Whoa! Oh, where we go?
That's time for me to go out the room.
What was it?
My brick.
So that was the first part of our investigation we did with Haunted Adventures.
Yeah.
And we were in a room I didn't like. I actually bit the bullet and went in.
I know. That's the first time I've seen you in there for quite a few years.
Don't you worry, it'll be the last as well. After that.
After that, yeah.
Then again, nothing can frighten us after what Lee's just done, can he?
Well, I'll
Before
let you
we-
explain that one.
Before we talk about the investigation, sorry. Oh, we were just sitting here, we were just editing cutting it for ready for the next one. And sneeze. Lee's just come out with the biggest sneeze I have ever known.
Yeah.
And Jonathan, he didn't leave through the door, he nearly left through the ceiling.
That's it.
I've never seen anyone paranormal investigation who get frightened of a sneeze. And I've got me cough. But yeah, going back to the investigation. I mean, sorry, Lee, you weren't here, and that's why it was much better, wasn't it, John?
Yeah.
If we'd have done that sneeze down in the cellar.
Oh, God. He'd have bumped his head up.
I didn't even have a chance to warn you.
I don't know whether to cut this and start again. No, sorry, it's staying on. That's why we bring him here, to keep us awake.
I know. Keep us awake. Yeah, I think we'll book the old street up.
I know, yeah. That's why we're still doing the show. Let's go back.
Scared to go out.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. What happened to professionalism? Yeah, we went out the window with Lee's.
It's only every other week.
Listen, you two talk. I need to have a quick drink.
Anyway, back to the investigation. Really, really good. Like, you
Yeah.
really missed out on something there.
Apologies for the noise, then.
There's so much activity. Really was.
Yeah.
And they'd had a lot of activity as soon as they came in, didn't they? They'd done the... we only joined them on the last little bit in the cellar.
Yeah, they said come down, didn't they?
Yeah, but they'd already been down in the cellar and they'd been up in the classroom. But I think we met up with them in the classroom just as they were finishing off. And he says it'd been wild down in that cellar.
Well, they were saying, weren't they, in the first part, Lee, they were saying that they were getting things thrown at them.
Yeah.
Well, me
unusual,
and Jonathan just looked at us. We've never had that before. That's
never.
unusual. Yeah. And so we went with them. I do apologize. I've laughed so much now. I got me cough. We went down with them, and we did not expect to have nails thrown and stones thrown. It was just one of those unusual moments.
And shadows as well.
And I had that shadow come towards me and then turn into that room.
Yeah.
And that's when I decided then, you know, nowhere feels comfortable for me.
I know,
so I
so
might
you
as well
came
just
in.
go in. Yeah, I went.
You'd
I'm
be
going.
safer with people.
Do you know what? I don't remember the last time I was in that room, but I mean, as soon as that shadow come towards me, I'm going in.
So it was like the shadow.
Yeah.
Which you're going to listen to a little bit later.
Well, in the next show, yeah.
Yeah,
in the next show.
Bit, yeah. But yeah, it's strange.
And and what lovely people they were as well.
They were, weren't they? Weren't they good?
Yeah.
So they were really good.
While I go and get myself a drink and compose myself, and Lee can have another good sneeze, what I'm going to do is you, Jonathan, and Lee, and James Anthony, decided to ignore me because I was doing something, and sneak down into the cellar and do your own little mini investigation for about 10-15 minutes, didn't you? Yeah. And left me on the other side of the building on my own, which was really nice of you. And they went and done this investigation down in the cellar. So I'm going to put that on now, and you can have a little listen to it and see what you think. So this is the JJLs, I'm going to call them, when they went down into the cellar, and this is what happened.
The one that Jamie doesn't like.
It's very quiet, isn't it?
It's very, I don't know, calm, would you say?
Yeah, there's a real cold spot just to my right hand side. It's interesting because I bet you can hear, this is quite near the street, isn't it?
Yeah,
so you can hear the traffic, can't you?
Yeah, you'll hear people walking past.
Do you want me to call out?
Yeah, if you want.
If there's anyone here with us, any spirit person, if you can see us or hear us, can you give us a sign to let us know that you're here with us? Could you make a noise? Could you tap on something, or let us see your shape? Last week some of the guys saw a shadow moving across. Can we see the shadow again? If that was you tapped, could you tap again for us, please?
Did you hear something then?
Very faint. I don't know if it's just my eyes, but you know when you look at the door, doesn't it look like there's something in the door? Do you know
like
what
a
I mean?
shadow in the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you mean. There's like a...
It's like a haze, isn't it?
Yeah. When we're here with respect. Can you give us some sort of sign, or can you show yourself?
If you're in the corridor outside this room, we've seen the shadow come out of this room before. Can we see your shadow again? Going across? Just to explain to everyone listening, where we are now in the end room, it's pitch black. Just outside the room, through the door, is a corridor in the cellar, and there's a very faint light, which is just from the fire exit side. It's very, very dim. It's very dark green colour, so you can just about make out, because the wall's painted white, you can just about make out the corridor there. It's really dark. Come on, if you're here, we know you was around. If you can hear us, let us talk to you or see you. You know we come with respect. We come here all the time. behind me. Can't even look round though, it's so dark.
I can't even see you, James.
Can you now?
I can't.
No, I can see, I just see the face then.
It's like there's something behind the door, doesn't it? See the door there, just to the right.
Yeah.
Did you hear that thing?
Yeah.
Is that... Should we go into the corridor?
Yeah, go on.
So glad you put that torch on.
So right. Hey, hang on, don't leave me behind it.
Every month we've done, mate.
I know.
Oh my god.
It's pretty,
It feels weird, doesn't it?
it's like misty, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is, yeah. But it's so quiet, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so cold. Oh dear.
Should we stand here then? I'm just thinking if we see...
Yeah.
So last week when you saw it, Jonathan, it was going across the water, across there, wasn't it?
Yeah, like there's like a square marked out on the wall.
Okay, we're out in the corridor now. We've come out of the space. If you are here, please let us see the shadow again. We've seen the shadow before. Or can you make a tap or sound? Something just so we know you're definitely here with us. Weird, like, shapes isn't it, on the floor. See it? Right there.
Yeah.
And you kind of wonder where it's...
Just move around here, Lee. No, it's not you. It's still there.
It's like...
But there's no...
Church bells. Come on, if you're here, please give us a sign. It sounds really weird this, but I just feel as though there's something watching us. Do you know what I mean? You get that feeling. It's very still, isn't it, though? Yeah. I mean, I know we're in a cellar. So no, even so.
Can you make a noise so we know where you are? I don't mean you any harm. If you're at the end over there, by the firing range, can you make a sound? Are you up by the stairs? Just do what you can do to let us know where you are. We just want to talk to you. We don't mean you any harm.
Drawn. Constantly drawn over to that. The entrance to the firing range over there. Weird, isn't it, how you just get fixated on one point? You know, there's a trolley over there, and it looks from here in the dark like a wheelchair, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There's somebody sat in it, doesn't it? You know the way the shadows are kind of playing.
Surprised what your mind does to you.
Yeah, but it does, doesn't it? Like the wheel and the side of it. The shape is very similar. It looks like there's somebody sat in like a chair, doesn't it? What's that noise? What's that?
Sounds like a phone.
Like a high pitched. Somebody just joined us down here now. Let us hear you or see your shadow if you are. Because if it isn't, we've got to go up out them steps, and we're not going to get up them steps if there's somebody banging like that up there. God, I thought there was somebody stood next to me there. It's just weighing out your eyes, play tricks on you, isn't it? You
getting all sparkly like.
I just think it's amazing how that looks down there. Because if you look at it from here, it's the size of the wheel. I actually thought, and I know it's like
a cart.
A cart, but it does look like in the dark. It does look like, if you didn't know what it was, you would think it was a wheelchair, wouldn't you?
You would. Yeah, you would.
Come on, if you're here, I know there's people around. Make a tap for us so we know whereabouts you are. If we know where you are, we can come to speak to you then.
If you don't want to get too close to us, just let us know where you are and we'll speak to you from a distance.
Oh, I've just seen something go across there. See down here? Right. So, as you can see where I'm pointing.
Yeah.
Down at the bottom, something went like that. And it looked like, it wasn't like the shadow, it was like you see a spider's web go across. I mean, it may have been a spider's web, but it went like that. Are you over by the door to the room where we've just been? If you are, can you make a movement or a sound for us?
Man, you can stay at a distance, we don't mind.
See it! Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see it come straight up?
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Good night. God bless.
Touch.
Oh my God, did you see it?
Hey, don't leave me behind.
At least we've been completely brave here and we're all, you know...
Right, get that light on now, get that light on.
My God.
No,
Did you see it?
Yeah. Came right up to me.
It shot up, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Oh my God. That was no... Quick, get out.
That was eerie, that one.
That was... yeah.
Oh my God, that was mad.
Oh. That was no spider on the
That was
light
no
or nothing
spider.
like that. Jeez.
We asked for it to come, didn't we?
It bloody came all
It is,
right.
it is.
It's a bit too close.
Jeez. Oh.
Well, I've just listened to the whole of 11 minutes of this show, right? Of your investigation.
Yeah.
5 of that minutes is you lot trying to get up the stairs after you've seen a shadow. So doesn't that mean that you're afraid of your own shadows and shadows in particular?
Listen, we're in our shadow.
I know, but do you know what? Because we're editing the show, I couldn't stop laughing because all you could hear was like, you're dead serious, and all these things. Yeah, and you can hear your little feet run away, and you good night. Lee, we've never laughed so much.
Good night. God bless.
I know. But do you know the weird thing is tonight has been just a strange one with, the atmosphere in here has been lifted so much and laugh. I mean, I think I'll ban Lee from here because we're just, we were saying, we could be out by 3 o'clock.
I know.
You two, I've uploaded the photograph. Everyone look at that photograph. That is why we're still here. Because Lee sneezes so loud.
Yeah.
I think people in London would have heard it.
And then there was an elephant in the room.
I know, yeah. Well, not from the bottom, but from the top.
Yeah.
No, you do the bottom.
You blow your nose, and you sound like an African elephant. We both just looked at you and looked at you seriously. Let's get back to the show. Yeah, it's become the Lee Arnold show, hasn't it?
I know.
Right?
I know.
From to that. That's anyway.
Oh God.
But you were down in the cellar there.
Do you know, we thought while you were busy with the other side.
No, while you thought Sodom.
Yeah,
we'll go down without
you.
you.
Sod Jamie, come on, we're not just sitting here waiting round. We'll just go down and do a little bit.
Yeah. And it turned out really good as well.
Well, it did, yeah. We thought we'll just go down. We'll just do like 10-15 minutes or whatever. And we went down, and we went into the end room, didn't we? We were in the end room for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And then we went out into the corridor, and it was when I said, you can keep your distance because you could feel like there was something there.
Yeah.
So I said, if you're a little bit shy or you don't really want to come up to us, then that's fine. You can stay at a distance and just let us see you. And it shot out from the end room, and it shot straight towards my feet.
Yeah. I mean, your feet weren't there long enough for it to actually do anything because you...
Well, they were, because I was in front of these two. These two right behind me. So I couldn't go anywhere.
But no, it was good. I mean, sadly I wasn't there to witness it, you know, but it was great that you used your own initiative and went down there and done an invest. That's my little dig for leaving me behind.
Never again.
Well, yeah.
No, it was good. It was good.
It was, you know, you could tell by your voices how quickly that happened, you know.
Yeah, it was just like all of a sudden. But that, when we played that back, though, you heard something, didn't you?
As you were talking, just before the shadow, and you all went, well, look at that. As you were talking, you could hear something behind you.
Yeah.
Now, we've played it a couple of times. You can't make out what it is or anything like that. But there is an audio and something audible behind you. Don't know what it is. So yeah, it was a good little mini invest that for you, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah.
And Lee and Hughes, as soon as it happened, we're running out. I mean, I've left it on because that's exactly what you've done. You've seen the shadow, you were gone.
Yeah. Do you know, it's one of them moments though, as we didn't really expect anything like that to happen, did we?
Well, you two usually have that moment every single time we do an invest.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's for another show, but we've seen another one, didn't we?
That's right.
Four of us went down.
Yeah.
But you weren't looking and you missed it.
I missed it again, yeah.
But we've seen it. It was at the opposite end.
That's right, yeah.
Of the Cellar that time.
I think is it on next week's show?
I think it's on.
It's on next week's show. And then we've got the other one with Haunted Adventures. The second part is on next week's show as well. Yeah. So it's been a bit of a strange night, really, hasn't it? I mean, this show's been a bit of a strange show, to be honest with you. But that's what it's all about. Not just talking about the paranormal, but having fun as well.
It is,
And you know, right at the very beginning of the show, we started with the sad news that Access Northwest Radio was closing down. And you know, but we brought the tempo back up. We've had the invest. We've had Jamie Lester in. We had Dragonfly Paranormal Stephen Holmes come into the room. We had a little bit of an interview with him off the cuff. That's what I like about the show. It's not set in stone. Anything can happen.
There's no
format to it.
No, there's no format. We just go with it, don't we?
Yeah, and we do that with the interviews.
Yeah, well, that's it. The best way, I think.
Yeah, I don't want a big list of questions to give to people. Research them a little bit. But I've said to you loads of times, and we've done it with Nigel Back and a few others, that we say when we contact them, we always say, look, it's not a list of questions. I've not done this. We'll go with the flow. You might tell us something we didn't expect, and we can ad lib a little bit and go round and do whatever. As long as it's a good little interview with them and we have some fun. That's what it's all about. It's not about being serious all the time. With you two, it's never serious. Full stop.
That's what makes the show.
Hey?
It's what makes the show.
Yeah. It's a shame you don't use your mic, isn't it, Lee?
It is.
I'll have to get that in after what you've done to us tonight. But it's been a great show.
It has. It's been a great couple of weeks, though, hasn't it? Having the groups back in and...
It's brilliant to see the groups back in. It's great to see the groups right across the country starting up and doing things, not just here at Mill Street, but in other locations.
All over,
And before we do go, because we are coming towards the end of the show, we haven't not yet give out our information on how people can contact us. So what you can do, Jonathan, you can see it behind me, you can start it, and then I'll finish it with the phone number. Or I might get Lee to ring it, not ring it, give the phone number out.
Right, so if you've heard anything tonight on any of the invests, or any of the show, if you heard any voices or anything like that, or if you want to come on the show, if you've got any stories or any experiences you want to share, you can get in touch with us, and you can email us at info.accessparanormal@gmail.com. And you can also send us a message on Facebook or Instagram on Access Paranormal Radio Podcast.
And Lee, what's the phone number they can ring us up on?
The phone number tonight is 078 28 201056.
Fantastic. And it's not just tonight, that phone number can be used anytime.
I was just going to say, I've got a different one next week.
Oh, yeah, Paul, he deserves it tonight, to be honest with you. Yeah. So, that is our brand new phone number you can use. It is an answering machine. We do not answer the phone, but if we find it anything interesting, or we will contact you again.
Yeah, leave a message, leave your details, and we'll get back to you.
And like I always say, if you're a time waster, you're only wasting your own time, because we'll listen part of it. If it's boring, we will delete it. Yeah. If you are wanting to get on the show, we'll know. Just give us a ring on 07828 201056 and leave a message or leave your ghost story. That would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be fantastic.
Yeah. And we're about to finish in a couple of seconds, and let's take this opportunity again to thank Access Northwest Radio for giving us their opportunity. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be sitting here today. Yeah. And let's give a big, heads up to Jason Pennington. Yeah, fantastic man, superb, and every single presenter on the show will appreciate for what he's done for us, for the community, and everybody else. Yeah, that's it. And Jason, we will see you soon, and thank you so much. Now it's coming to the end of the show, and I've also got to thank Jonathan Sullivan, my co-host, for coming in tonight.
You're welcome.
And we'd also like to thank Lee Arnold coming in tonight.
You're welcome.
We'd also like to thank Jamie Lester for being on the show. We'd also like to thank Stephen Holmes for being on the show from Dragonfly Paranormal. Yeah. And please tune in next week. We'll see you again then. Please stay safe. And we're going to let Lee say the last thing tonight. So Lee, over to you.
Good night, everybody.